How's it going, Alberto? I think this is going to be a pretty interesting check-in. Um, so, I guess there's a few things I want to mention. The first thing is I'm curious what your thoughts are on. So, I have quite a few videos that I sent on my forum this week. And the ones that I'm most curious about are my dumbbell bench, my dumbbell press, and the dumbbell lat raise. And I guess what I'm curious on for the pressing movements is, I guess, first, am I low enough? And should I be slowing those down even more? Should I be increasing the ROM, so coming down lower for both of those movements, almost to the point where, for example, on my dumbbell press, should that be almost where the dumbbell is? Oh my, am I here? Should it be like almost down to touching my shoulder and then going up like nice and slow and controlled? And then for the dumbbell lat raise, like, should I be slowing that down? Because I definitely do slow that down. If you see my behind the back lat raise, it's definitely slowed down. Should I, even if I'm using 15 pounds? And I guess that means, do you think I'm using too much weight? So I'm using 85s in the dumbbell press, and then the dumbbell bench press, I'm using 85. The dumbbell press, I'm using 70. I mean, should I be dropping that down to like 65 and 80 respectively, or like 75 and 60? I'm curious if you think I'm doing too much weight on that. And I guess the reason why I brought this up is that I've been looking at Dirk's Instagram, and I realized that, I mean, I guess number one, obviously he has amazing genetics, but also just how much further ahead someone like that is in terms of how clean his form is, because his form is perfect. I mean, as I'm sure you're aware of, because I mean you're coaching him, but I'm saying is that his form is so clean and controlled, and I'm seeing him do his dumbbell presses, and he's bringing that dumbbell down to his shoulder, and the entire time it's very slow. It's slow on the concentric and the eccentric. Whereas I think my movements are definitely jumpier. I mean, I liked how my partial Smith machine squat is. I've definitely cleaned that up a lot. That's a lot slower than it was. But, at the end of the day, like, yeah, I don't care if I take the ego hit and I use lower weight. I mean, if I'm getting better stimulus on using lower dumbbells, that's fine. I guess what I'm worried about is I also don't want to needlessly lower the weight and maybe not get enough stimulus, and I'm not pushing myself hard enough. So, there's just kind of, and sometimes I don't know the kind of whether I should be lowering the weight and slowing things down more versus like, oh, let me still do these 85-pound dumbbells, which honestly, I mean, 85-pound dumbbell bench press isn't that, I mean, it's not that impressive, right? I mean, in a commercial gym, it is compared to most people, but I mean, in the scheme of things, it's not that impressive. But I mean, if it means going down to 75 means that I get bigger pecs and I get a deeper stretch at the bottom, that's cool with me. It's just that I don't know whether that's the case, or maybe I shouldn't be lowering anymore, and I'm just going to be like leaving muscle on the table by not pushing enough weight, and I'm making it overly easy for no reason. But that just came to me when I saw like how clean and controlled like Dirk's movements are, and yours as well, right? But it's just that when I was seeing him just like this, just like the difference in like the skill level in terms of performing those movements. Yeah, so my thoughts on that. Very curious on that. Yeah, and then I guess related to that, I didn't record my lat dominant row this week. That was actually done last week. I slowed that down. You see, it looks kind of jumpy. Let me know that lat dominant row is jumping. The one when I'm kind of pulling it like this, it seems a little bit jumpy. Maybe I should load the weight on that as well. I don't know. Let's see. Elbow's definitely coming along. That's fine. I know I remember saying my knee. I guess it's always the case. It's not getting worse at all. Like you were saying, for the past few months, it hasn't gotten worse at all. Like I would say it's about the same. Where like maybe for like 2 days after I do my Smith machine squat, it's like a little irritated, I would say, and then it like dissipates and I'm fine. And then by the time it's time to do that again, like that, it's entirely fine, and it causes me no issues while I'm doing the Smith machine squat. So I have no discomfort. It's only afterwards when I'm done with my workout that it's like a little cranky for like 2 days. I'm assuming I don't have to worry about that. I mean, yeah, so curious about that. Weight's doing fine. I don't think there's anything to really mention there. And yeah, that's about it. Curious about your thoughts on all this, though.